Hi YouTube, Dave here. Today I'm going to be shooting for you this bow that I got a couple of months ago from a place over in China called China Archery Supplies, and it's a 45-pound takedown recurve. And one of the reasons I got it was I kind of like the limb design. I thought it was really interesting. It's got fiberglass limbs that are covered with a fake snake skin, some sort of a rubber or plastic material. But the thing that makes it really interesting is that you've got the working parts of the limbs, the parts that actually bend, these, here and down here, and then the tips are more like what you would see on a horse bow. So these are called Sias, and if you watch my other video about my Hungarian or Magyar horse bow made by Easton Carbon Ion, this is similar. So this is kind of an interesting hybrid between a Chinese horse bow and a modern recurve. So the Sias are made of, I believe they're made out of mulberry, which is a traditional bow, or bow wood in traditional Chinese archery because it's light and it's strong. And in this case, they act as what we call static recurves. So they don't bend, but they act like levers. Now the string is made out of multiple strands of Dacron. I added jute twine, as you can see, tacked as string silencers. I've got one on the top here and one down at the bottom. Without these, it had a fair amount of twang. And then I also added a crimp-on knock set. You can see that. Now the other thing you'll notice is that I am left-handed, so I ordered a left-handed bow with traditional Western style shooting. If you're left-handed and you shoot left-handed, you hold the bow in your right hand, the arrow rests on the right side, and you pull it back with your left hand. So the riser here is made out of wood. Again, not entirely sure what kind of wood. It's generally pretty comfortable. I did modify it a little bit, round it off a little bit here, and then slap some tung oil on it. The shelf, you can see, has a nice radius on it to minimize the amount of contact between it and the arrow. And it came covered with this suede leather and has a leather strike plate. Eventually, at some point, that may wear out, and I'll replace it with something like a bear hair rest, which should give a little bit better arrow flight and a little bit less friction. The bow has inserts here for a quiver and has another insert right here for a stabilizer, or you could use it for a fishing reel if you wanted to do bow fishing. So what did I pay? I paid about 130 bucks for this shipped from China, which was actually not bad. It's a pretty good bow, shoots well. You'll see later in the video some of my shooting. I've had better days, but that's not the fault of the bow, that's the fault of me. So anywho, enough of me blabbering. Let me demonstrate this bow for you, and then I'll put in the comments, I'll put the address of the website that I ordered it from. And I think at some point I'll do a separate video about this quiver, which I got from a different vendor. The arrows that I'm shooting today are some Easton Carbon Ion 600 spine. They're 6.4 grains per inch, and I have 125 grain bullet points on them. They're 5-inch feather fletching, and they use H-Nox. It's a very light arrow, but this isn't a super fast bow, so for just target shooting, this is just fine. Okay, we're going to show you some full draw shots with this. I'll also put some information about this quiver that I'm using in the comments to the video. now I'm going to give you the approximate target's eye view of the shooting the bow and the arrow. Range is approximately 40 feet. Let's see how we did. As you can see, I'm stringing a bit vertically, but when I pay attention and get everything right, the bow actually shoots pretty well and keeps it in a halfway decent sized target. It's a lot easier to shoot with a modern bow with sights and a rest and all that fun stuff.